What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the hood. Welcome back to Chill in the Green Box with Specks, Thompson, and the View. And like always, man, my co-host is always leaving me. But this time, Acolyte got him battling, doing some stuff. So on the contrary, we got the creator of Acolyte here, Lonzo Starr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good, man. Y'all taking over the show, this month. But for people who don't know who you are, man, tell people who you are.
So my name is Lonzo Starr, Derek Lonzo Starr Allen. I'm the CEO and founder of Concrete Comics. I'm the writer and creator of the legendary Acolyte. I'm a music producer and I'm a music artist as well. I do a little bit of everything, man.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So we will get into all that. Up there, I don't know if y'all have the green boxes, the green electrical boxes that be in front of the neighborhoods. Y'all have those?
Nah.
All right, so let me brief you on those. So I think it's a Sutter thing. I think you get past the Mason-Dixie line, maybe it changes. But like down here, we got the green electrical boxes. They'd be like by the light posts or just in front of like certain houses. And as kids, we just went there, chill, hung out. Kick stuff like. Doing interviews with people, I found out typically those was the bus stops, we'd be at anyway as a kid. So we are there for the bus stop. So in the afternoon times, we go to the same spot to meet up. So, they work both ways.
So instead of y'all having a big matrix box, y'all all got your individual boxes?
I don't know what the matrix box is. I'm kind of unplugged for that. but no, it's it's an electrical box, like maybe like 10 houses or so, or sometimes they're huge and they would be for like a big old section, but it's like a little small like box, like your power go out or something, to get the electrician go right there. So instead of being, I guess, the transformers on top of the poles, it's down on the ground. Yeah.
So the transformers for us is on top of the pole, and it's probably connected to like the 5 houses right here, and then like the next pole, the next 5 houses, but they're all connected to a big transformer matrix thing that when that goes out, we all lose power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's probably ours more in ground. Like, sure, we have telephone poles like on like the main street, my neighborhoods. Nah, we don't. I'm trying to think of, do we have a neighborhood that has telephone poles? I think no neighborhood has the poles. I think they changed it in the 90s, probably. Yeah, in the 90s.
Now the poles up here, man, it don't get as when I be in Georgia and Atlanta, y'all streets get dark at night, sound like dark. Like here, it don't. There's only certain blocks that get like super dark, but there's always city lights everywhere.
Yeah, that's what's up. But we used to chill, break stuff down, talk to friends about concepts and ideas, and whatnot. So my first segment of the show is called Breaking It Down. I got 4 segments based off, different things around the green box, just chilling and whatnot, because I've been on multiple podcasts, listen to podcasts, and people get on and talk about themselves for like 2 hours or whatnot, and nobody ever knows 2 hours about their project or whatever that's going on, and never know about who they are. So my show is about finding out who the creator is, the artist, or whoever. So my first segment is called Breaking It Down, and we're gonna break your brain down to find out more about you.
Oh
yeah,
go, man.
Yeah.
I don't want you asking nothing too crazy now, right?
I won't. Sometimes it's crazy. It's random questions though. But hey, so first question. Do you go to the gym?
Not like I should, bro. For real. I used to be a workout, kind of ball. Man, I used to play ball every day, so I had crazy stamina. I could run all day, but now, nope. Okay. I ain't been going like I should, man.
All right, let's say you're going like you should be doing. What's the first thing you do once you get to the gym? Like, what's when you go there, you get on the treadmill, you peep the scene out.
First thing I'm doing is dips and pull-ups, man.
Dips, okay.
Yeah, I love dips. That's like one of my favorite things, man. It's dips, pull-ups, and then I jump on the bike.
I used to do dips a lot in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do the you put the weight around your belt when you do it? Wait, it's free weights or the machine?
I used to just do it just free. It was only me. Like I was only, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I kind of do dips like I would do push-ups. So I'm not trying to put weights on me. I'm just kind of doing my own body weight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, in high school,
So
I was tripping. I used to put the belt on and put that
no, I'm
45
good,
plate,
man.
that
I
45
ain't,
plate
I
right.
ain't doing none of that. No, negative. Negative.
Yeah.
I've been out there broke shoulder and everything.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
used to,
saying?
yeah. I was like a gym junkie, like high school and beginning of college. I don't know. I don't know what
Oh
it
yeah.
was. I just I think my bench, like right now, I probably like 140, 150, probably like 140 right now. But like
No,
when I
yeah.
was in high school, my max bench was like probably like 250.
I think my max. I think my max was like 310. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? When I was chilling, when I was like really getting it in, it was like 310. I think it was like 345s on each side. I think something like that.
Yeah,
And
345. Yeah.
yeah, I think it was like 345s on the jaw, and maybe like the bar weight and like a 10 on each side, something like that. It was something like that. I only got it up maybe like 3 or 4 times, but I was able to get it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what counts. As long as it's not stuck on your neck.
For sure, for sure.
All right. All right. Uh, so you say you're at a team party, right? Let's take about high school. You're at a team party, right? Whatever. A fight's going down. You don't know what to do. Besides the people in your world, your comic world, what teenage superhero team you calling, or teenage superhero? You don't have to be a team. You calling to break that up?
Break the fight up.
Yeah.
uh,
Teenage
man,
fights get crazy.
I call Spider Man for real, for real.
Spider-Man.
I think it'll be the less damage. Like people won't be getting beat down. He'll just be everybody be on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, whipping everybody up.
Yeah. I think I'd call Spider Man. He would probably already be at the party. So I'm
All
saying,
right. So we know we live in a different time and whatnot these days. But which Spider-Man you calling?
man, I'm gonna go with the original Peter.
Okay,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with the original. You know what I'm saying? He the one I grew up on. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cool.
If I was younger, it'd have been him.
Yeah,
I don't even remember what year Miles came out, but it was like the mid 2000s, wasn't it?
yeah. See, I like Ben Riley.
Hmm? Oh yeah. That was he was I liked how they showed him in the film, man.
Yeah,
Wilding out, man. That boy was funny as hell.
yeah, yes. See, uh we say we grew up with Peter Parker, but book wise, it was Ben Riley, and
Yeah.
he was the one really doing the damage, knocking folks off in the books, until
Oh
Peter
yeah,
came.
he was getting in.
Yeah, yeah,
When I was younger, it was the Fox Spider-Man cartoon was out
yeah.
heavy, and then Toby came in and did the movies and stuff like that. So it was heavy on the animated side. It was heavy on the Peter Parker side.
Okay, okay. Uh, being like on the East Coast, whatever, upper East Coast. What's your top 5 MCs?
My top 5 for the
Yeah,
East Coast, so strictly East Coasters.
or in general?
See, I consider Atlanta
Look,
East Coast too, man. I don't
all
consider y'all down south, man.
right.
I mean, y'all down south, but y'all ain't the most southern point for me.
Yeah,
That'll be
okay.
Miami, right?
Well,
So
it changes up down there too.
I know it do. But
Yeah,
we talking East Coast. I'm gonna try to stick with
living.
living.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
yeah. I made it hard for you.
So one of my personal favorites from my hometown is Beanie Siegel for sure.
Okay.
Um, You said living. See, but my all time favorite is the Dark Man X. Man, I'm a big DMX fan, but
Okay,
he
okay.
ain't living. But I say Nas, Beanie Siegel, Jigga Man. Um, bro, it's so many rappers, bro. Like I could say Jadakiss. I could say Ghostface Killer. I could say Black Thought, bro. It's just too many, man.
Yeah, people always say Black Thought though, but are people like he a good MC, but people really listening to Black Thought?
They do appear. He's when he's almost every rapper's favorite rapper. Like Beanie
Okay.
Siegel and them. Funny story. Him and Beanie Siegel were in the group before they blew up. I
Oh yeah.
mean, both of them grew up together, but not many people can lyrically hang on the track with Black Thought. But Beanie Siegel was one of them people that could. You know what I'm saying? So, but now Black Thought. If we talk about MCing, like not, I mean, if you just judging off the ability of rapping, that's the list that I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Black Thought would be up there for sure.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what. Uh, you like the Butcher?
Yeah, I like the Butcher for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Yeah.
When I first heard Griselda, I thought they were from Philly because the way they talk, how they
Yeah.
rap,
Yeah. They
I thought
different.
they were
They
from
yeah.
Philly.
They
You know what I'm
different. Yeah.
saying? But they from upstate New York. But yeah, I thought they was from
What
Philly
Bed
because he
Style?
was
Is it Bed Style?
no, they from Buffalo.
Buffalo.
But
Oh,
when
oh
I
yeah,
first
Buffalo.
heard
Cause they. Oh
Benny
yeah,
and them,
shooting happened. Yeah. Okay.
when I first heard Benny and them, they were doing a lot of tracks with cats in Philly. So I thought
Mm-hmm.
they were from Philly, like like for real. But
Yeah.
lo and behold, they just from the East Coast.
Yeah. Yep. That's crazy. But that's what's up, man. I seen us. That's in that segment. 3 easy questions. So people get a feel of who you are, and and some concepts you like and whatnot. Um. Next to my next segment, you may know more about this one. It's called the back issues. You know, if you want to know why I carry the origin story, you go into the back issues to find out about that. So like, if you want to know more about, I don't know, the Red Hope, you go into his back issues to find out
Right.
about his origin story. So in this case, we're gonna go into your back issues to find out more about your origin story.
Let's
All
do it,
right.
man.
All right. With that being said, where are you from and what do you call your hood?
So I am from a place called Lansdowne. It got many names: LP, L Boogie, blah blah blah. It's a suburb right outside of Philadelphia. I moved out there when I was younger, from Philly, from West Philly. Originally from West Philly, moved out to Lansdowne, maybe about 5th grade, 6th grade, something like that. Um,
Okay.
but it's literally like if you came there, you think you're in Philly. It's like a footstep outside of it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, that's where I'm from. But yeah, man, it made me the person I am. Super talented. There's a lot of basketball players come from the county that I'm from. Um, a lot of athletes and a lot of battle rappers like the Reed Dollars and a lot of them cats are from around where I'm from.
Okay. 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 Uh, so being West Philly, uh, so did the TV show did that resonate with you?
For sure, because we know the basketball court. We know the school. It's a school called Overbrook where Will Smith goes to. And back when I was younger, I used to talk to a girl that went there. And if you were like on an honor roll every year, Will Smith would come back to the school and take all the 12th graders on like a glorious ass trip. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's dope. That's
So he
dope.
used to do a lot for the school, which was dope. But yeah, his story that West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground. That's like everyone's story here. It's a basketball court on every other block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Is
yeah.
that why so many hoopers come up from there?
Oh yeah. It ain't. I know like down south it's more of a football country, right?
Yeah.
Because y'all got a lot more fields than we do up here. The only fields you really see are at schools. But if you're just in the neighborhood in summertime, basketball is what we do. That's
Okay.
more so what we get into. Football players come from here. Track stars come from here too, but mainly ballers, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. What about now you said you did music or whatever, but my question to you is what song, artist, album, whatever got you liking music, the genre you like and everything?
Funny story. I used to be a dancer, man. When I was younger, I was a big breaker, man, and pop locker. I used to be in competitions, and I just really loved, the way music made me feel. And then I realized, I didn't. It wasn't just that I loved the way it felt. Like I wanted to be the person that controlled the emotions of people. So that's how I got into producing. I really loved it, and I was a big fan of Timberland, Dr. Dre, and Pharrell and the Just Blazes, the Kanye's. I like studied them cats, as well as like Quincy Jones from the Michael Jackson stuff. Like, you know what I mean? my dad used to always make me listen to like George Clinton and stuff. 'Cause he used to always remind me, like, if you want to know real beats, you gotta listen to the funk. So Pops would always get on me about bass lines and all that stuff like that. I'm saying, but yeah, man, that's how I kind of got into the producing thing. My best friend, he was a rapper at the time, and I don't know if I don't know if you were around during this era of SoundClick,
Yeah, I
but
was Soldier Boy.
there was another site. It was like where people were battling, but there was like they were typing their battles. And my friend, he was like ranked number one, and none of us knew he was rapping. So I said, "Bro, why don't you let me start making these beats for you, man? And you can put your raps to songs." And that's how we got into becoming a Concrete Music Group. And I was just a producer. And then they convinced me to rap because of my voice. And I started rapping, and then that was it.
Okay. Recently, I was listening to a podcast with Pickin. I don't know if you realize who he is, but he was not telling me, but telling the listeners that a rapper who makes their own beats, you never keep up with because, they can always change up their flow. And if it's something working, they can keep using that same method to work. They make their beats and their own flow. So using that group, making the beats, and on the flip side, being the MC as well. Did you come out better than them because you were making the beats and rapping as well?
Well, I was the engineer too, so I was recording the joint. So
you make sure you sound good, huh?
Oh yeah, well I ain't have to try to sound good, man. But with those cats, man, they some of my favorite rappers. Like they they're like real lyrical, man. Like spitters, kind of we was rapping in the era when Dipset was at its highest point. So you know how us East Coasters was, man. It was saying it was real gaudy, real flashy. But it wasn't. It was definitely easier for me to work on my craft because but it also made it difficult to sell beats because I'll be making a beat to sell it, but it'd be so fire I keep it for myself. You know what I'm saying? And I wound up not selling the damn beat when originally that's what I was doing it for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's the challenge. That's probably the biggest challenge of being a producer and an artist is you want to sell the beats, but then you want to rap to them too. So
yeah, I bet. Yeah,
it just gets a little crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's a producer around here. He makes beats. When I was DJing, he was like they would add him to the showcase to be like, if you get first place, you get beats from him, whatever. And he was up and coming. I didn't know who he was. I knew like how the payment system was. We just using him because he wanted to get out there. He gave us free beats to use for the contest.
Right.
That's probably like 8-9 years ago now. I was in the club. Haven't been in the club in like 3 years. He was in the club. Same set of people. Had the artist they worked with perform. The girl, I already know her setup. She just there to sell merchandise. Basically, what the guy told me. But her hook and beat was great. I was like, man, that can go. Like, if she really want to be an artist, she can. That will go. The other two features she had, some rap dudes, wasn't hitting on nothing. But the beat and hook, went. And I knew who the beat was because the tag. They got the guy throwing a party came up to me and said, "Yeah, AD, he wrote that." I'm like, for real? So like, I know he got like a whole bunch of hooks and stuff he done write for all his beats just sitting on. Yeah, because I don't know if he wanted to be a rapper himself, but like what he wrote for that girl, it was a hit. Yeah, it was a hit.
Half the tracks I did with my team because there was a lot of us. It was, we had rappers at R&B cats, man. We were all from the same neighborhood, so it was like a bunch of us. So I would make R&B and I would make stuff, but a lot of the rap songs when my boys would come to record, they would already have a hook on it. It would already be done. They just got to come and rap, and that was it. Because I was kind of like when I'm not a beat maker, I'm more of a producer than that. You know what I'm saying? Like I make beats, but every beat I make is a song. It's not like I already know what I want per people to say on it.
You got the cadence already on it.
Got the cadence. I know whose voice will go there. I know where I'm going to put your verses at. So, when I produce something, I already have somebody in mind, like specifically who this is for. and I know what you're going to be talking about. So I can, as a producer, you can kind of guide the artist in the direction that they're going to rap in. I think that's what the game is missing right now is real producers. It's a lot of beat makers, not a lot of producers. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
why these
right.
artists are just making the same damn song over and over again.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
back when I was really doing music and I had the little rap group I was managing or whatever I was doing with them. But
Right.
it was a lot of producers like you see like I guess Metro Boomin and stuff. You know, they was on everybody's stuff. 808 Mafia. You know,
Yeah.
they was on everybody's stuff. But like nowadays, you would hear the Take Heath right for like a summer, then go away. Like they don't stick
Yeah.
around anymore. So like I see that's really gone. Like producers like I don't like I met one producer on the road, which had me thinking. I ain't know, but producers can get signed to labels as well.
No, yeah, for
So
sure.
I guess he had a hit song from somebody. I don't know. I forgot his name or what song, but he got signed to Sony Music Group. But Sony wouldn't clear none of his beats just for him to sell unless the artist going to use that as a label song on the album.
And see, that's why signing them contracts, man. It ain't all it's kicked up to be, man. And I feel like the reason why you say like you hear people for the summer and then they go on is because a lot of them there's not too many distinct producers. Like you can say Metro Boomin, 808 Mafia, Boom Boom Boom. Collectively, they all sound very similar in the way they make their beats. Now you go back in the day with the Timberlands, the Pharrells, the Just Blazers, the Kanye, they all sounded different. That's why they all were around for so long because, if you get in a Jay-Z album, the producers he's working with and he's using Timberland for his party singles. He's using Pharrell for his his vibey stuff. But he's using Just Blaze to talk heavy. And Kanye is for the culture type stuff. So, they would use a multitude of producers to create a whole album. And I think that's what's lacking, man. Like most of these producers, they sound the same. Like there was a difference. Like if we wanted a Southern beat up here, we knew where to go. We would go to ATL to get that beat. Now I can get that from some dude in Connecticut that you sound like, 808 Mafia. I can get that from some bull in Green Bay that's probably making it. So, everybody's making trap beats. There's nobody just making a beat that's like, yo, you never heard nothing like this. You know what I'm saying?
What tripped me out though was all like Pop Smoke beats. I want to say Fabio Foreign too. They making all the drill music or whatever. But all the beats was coming from London, and I was like, what?
I was gonna tell you that. That's the first time I heard that those type of beats is called grime because I used to be in a group in London actually. I was the American boy in there, so I would hear a lot of the songs, and this was years ago, like way before Pop Smoke and them and all the New York drill stuff came out. But I would hear those type of beats, but they call it grime over there. It's called grime.
Yeah.
So then when I heard it here as New York drill, I knew it was the UK music, but a lot of people here, they didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's fire. You know what I mean? But it forces people to rap in a certain flow, which makes songs repetitive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pop Smoke was good because although he was using those type of Jones, his voice was very distinctive. He had one of them once in a lifetime voices like a DMX or Ja Rule. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's right. Moving on to the next one, comic books. What comic book related TV show or comic book got you to liking comics?
Say that one more time.
What comic book related TV show or comic book
related TV show
got you liking comics?
Definitely got to say the X-Men for sure.
X-Men, the book or the show?
The show, because when that show came out, I was like 6 or 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't reading comics like that yet. The show, the TV shows, like especially Ninja Turtles and all that stuff was heavy on Fox Saturday morning cartoons. So, and X-Men I remember when it first dropped, and that's when, that was my first time hearing about the X-Men. I think the first comic book I ever seen was probably Incredible Hulk. And first one I read was maybe one called The Max and like Spawn, because some they used to sell at the supermarket. So my mom would just be buying them. When we were at the supermarket, she would just buy a comic book and just give it to me. She didn't know what I was reading. If she would have known what Spawn was, she wouldn't have got that for sure.
Yeah.
She definitely wouldn't have got that Spawn, but she was bringing home. It was Spawn, like Evil Ernie, The Max, like all the Image Comics type stuff. It was sold right there at the supermarket. And then I started going to the comic shop and I started getting stuff. So probably the comic book that broke me, probably why I stopped reading comics for years, was I think I remember I was like 10 years old and I was at my friend's crib and we snuck in his older brother's room and was just looking at his comics, and I read The Death of Superman. That joint broke me, bro. Tore me up.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It tore me up. I was on 10, seeing Superman get clipped like that was heartbreaking. I don't think I read comics after that for years.
That's crazy. With mine, typically the same stuff, X-Men, Spider-Man and Batman, whatever. But like, as I talk to people more and more, I don't think I was watching them shows, but I was watching that Ninja Turtle show. So I want to say maybe that was mine, the Ninja Turtle show.
Ninja Turtles fire.
Yeah, then I think it was maybe the Fox shows. But I distinctly remember having the cassette tapes of the not cassette tapes, the VHS tapes of the Turtles. Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you too. I forgot that during that time with the X-Men and Spider-Man, there's also Batman and Superman had this show too.
Yeah.
And then you had shows like Tick as well. Tick was played at the same time with that. So yeah, there was a couple Jones, man. There was a couple Jones. Tick was one of my favorites too.
I could never get into the Tick.
Tick was fire. I don't know if you watched the live action, but that Jones pretty good, man.
Yeah, I mean, just because I didn't get into the show, every time I saw the Tick, I never clicked on it. But I mean, I watched it,
pretty good, but I think you'll like it more in your old age.
Okay.
You'll understand it more. But it was more so like I remember my parents used to like it. When we would watch it, they would like it. But when you watch the show, it's very adult-like. It's not really like he's a regular dude with a job and stuff. Like he's doing like regular things. So when you watch the live action, it kind of shows you that a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That shows that it is funny though. It's funny, but it's also serious at the same time.
Okay.
But more on the funny side.
All right. Typically, I'll go to my next question, but Death of Superman was definitely your comic book experience, right? So, what brought you back into it current day?
Making my own comic for real.
Okay.
Getting inspired to try to make my own comic led me into seeing all these Black creators, man. That really that was because before I stumbled upon this community, I only really knew Marvel and DC. I didn't really know Milestone like that. I knew Static. I knew Icon, but I didn't know Icon like that. Like I knew Static because the cartoon. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I really knew Marvel and DC. I didn't know about Image, and of course I knew Spawn, but I wasn't thinking of the business side of comics. You know what I'm saying? I just knew what I knew, and that's what I stuck with. So once I got in there, and I saw there was people like me from my city making comics, that blew my mind. I said, "Oh, if they can do it, I can do this, man." So that's kind of what got me back into reading comics. I still don't really read comics like that. I more so I watch motion comics. That's kind of how I read, because I don't be having time to I'm sure we writing our own comics. We doing stuff. We doing a lot of stuff during the day. It's very rare I get time to just sit and read. And when I get time to sit and read, I'm usually working on my own stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes I'll stumble upon some dope motion comics of I think I was reading The Immortal Hulk the other day on YouTube. Some boy was breaking down the whole series. So so now I know what happened in that show. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if we talk about the same thing, you probably listen to Comics Explained or Comic Historian,
Sure.
Blur Without Fear, stuff like that. Um, so I called the nerd gap. So you was definitely Superman that killed Joe's comic book spirit. Well, I was reading comics in elementary school. I guess my access to comics stopped, but the shows were still there, so it carried over. Then 2-9 became Dragon Ball Z and whatnot. You get in the manga and Strong Jump, just like comic books, was sitting on the shelf
Yeah.
at Kroger and stuff. So you get those.
Yeah.
So the nerd gap is a period of time where you just stop doing like the nerdy stuff and go forward with your life and come back to it. When I came back to comics or whatever, it really was the Civil War with Marvel. That brought me back. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And with I think I was doing Wikipedia. I think I was reading off Wikipedia on forums. Then it got me into comics, and I kept up with comics, what's going on through Wikipedia and whatnot. But I wasn't reading the books. It wasn't until I don't know what made me start watching it. Maybe one of the maybe Marvel started breaking out with like superhero shows. Not shows, but the Avengers. I started going to comic display on YouTube, catching up on those things I didn't know and breaking it down. I was like rabbit hole for years. But now, I do read the books because Comic Explain, he's good for like, oh man, yeah, they're referring to this thing that happened in issue 12, da da da. He's good for that, but like he skims through a lot. So you miss certain stuff. So like if I'm reading something like X-Men, big X-Men fan, like I know what's going on X-Men. But if I want to read like a Hulk book, like you said, I don't know Hulk like that, I'll look at the book, but I might go to him refer to like certain stuff that I don't know anything about. Like like Rick Jones. Like I saw A-Bomb, I think his name is. I want to know who that is. But he was like, oh yeah, that's Rick Jones. That's the kid that he saved that turned into the Hulk. And I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah.
Little stuff like that. Because I do read a lot of the indie books I get. I check them Jones out for sure. Mm-hmm. Every now and then I will go to the comic shop. I'll buy something. I think the last series I've been reading was it was like a mini Silver Surfer John. But a lot of the books now I get, they're for study purposes. Like if I'm about to make a character that's in the supernatural world, I'll get like the Blades and Constantines. I'll get those books just to read to see what's going on.
You're on the same tip I'm on. But like I'm buying the books now. I read. It's hard. Books come out too fast.
Too fast, man.
It's hard to read them. So like right now, I'm like I used to read at night. I get home from work. I try to read a couple books. But I've been watching more. I haven't been watching television or playing the game. So I mean, writing and doing my own stuff. But like,
I noticed you ain't been on that game, man. Come on, I've been needing you out there, man.
Yeah, but I've been watching the Clone Wars because during that nerd gap I was talking about, that's when the Clone Wars was out and I wasn't watching. Even though I'm a big Star Wars fan, I was not watching it. Now with these shows, now with these shows coming out, like Ahsoka, I know who she was, but I don't care about her, because I don't know who she is. And her show coming out, these other characters I don't care about is popping from the show. So now I'm going to deep dive in Clone Wars, finding more about her, the clones, because I didn't care what the clones was. I didn't know the clones had names and personalities. It was Clone 1, Clone 2, Clone B,
Right.
But I'm seeing the show and seeing how well it's written. Like, as being a writer myself, I know the episodes were out of place. I'm like, what's going on? Because Anakin and them might be doing this on this episode, then boom, over here, next episode, there's somewhere else. I'm like, this don't seem right. So I had to look it up, and I found that he made it in story arcs. I was like, oh, that's dope. But it's still well written. I was like, man, that's why people love this show. Yeah, show so much. It's
very well written, man. It's simple, but it expands the universe a lot. I'm a big Star Wars fan too. I'm a big I don't know if you know, but I'm a big movie buff guy, man. So I watch a lot of movies, bro. Like that's probably where a lot of my inspiration lore comes from, is more so on the movie side.
Okay, See, I used to be a big movie buff. I used to go to the movie theater and just watch 3 movies back to back.
Exactly.
It's
I
a
used to be
movie.
that guy.
I used to my friend worked at movie theater, so that's one way I did it. The second way, we had a movie theater that once you go back there, you back there, so you good. So
Yeah. Back there,
actually,
we just hop into the next theater for sure.
you just time it just right. All
Yeah.
right, let me leave this one. I can go straight to this one. I might miss the credits or, previews a little bit at the beginning, but I get the rest of
Hmm.
the movie. So like,
Yeah.
I used to,
Those
boy,
were the good old days. Now, bro, I'm going to see my movie. I'm going home, man. You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm
haven't.
going straight on.
I don't know what came out first. I think last movie I seen in theater was either the Tupac movie or
What?
Justice League.
It's
Yes,
been that
bro.
long since you've been to the movies? So I go for certain things. I didn't. I went for the Spider Verse that just dropped. I didn't see Blue Beetle in the theaters. I didn't see Flash in theaters. I sadly didn't see the Transformer John. I want to see Equalizer. Um, but all the Marvel Jones, I think I always go see them Jones. Like I seen all them Jones.
See, with me, I had my daughter, the whole pregnancy
Uh,
thing, so we couldn't go. Then right after that, COVID hit. So that's like years of COVID.
yeah,
And they're still little now, so like getting somebody to watch them and go to the movie theater.
they get
Like,
real.
yeah, we was gonna try it out with Little Mermaid, but like I was like, ugh, like how
I
I'm gonna
ain't
get
doing that.
both of yeah, both of them. I got 2 toddlers. I got a 3 and a 4 year old. Like, how am I gonna do that? I was so reluctant to do it though, but I might have them out next like big movie that come out for them. Disney stuff. Like Disney Plus is like the best channel for us. Like I can hit
Yeah,
it with
yeah,
them.
I love Disney Plus, man.
Yeah, I can hit it with the Marvel stuff. They like the Marvel. I hit it with the Disney princesses. They like that stuff. Then
But
now
yeah, man.
I'm watching Star Wars, and my oldest she see me watching it, but she can't really figure it out. But I feel
Yeah,
like she gonna like Star Wars too. I put on
Star
that
Wars
little
stuff. Oh yeah, every now and then I throw on a bunch of nature Jones too, man. I'll be sliding in a little shark shows,
for
all that stuff, man. Like it's so much dope stuff on Disney Plus.
yeah. I seen them. I haven't clicked on them yet. Like one that caught my eye on a little thumbnail was the 10 tragedies of America or whatever. I was like, what? I was gonna click on that one.
Yeah,
That caught my
yeah. No,
attention.
I watch Ancient Aliens, Hating Behind. I watch all that stuff, UFO stuff, bro. I'm a sci-fi dude, man.
No, you might
I
put me
mean,
on some. Yeah, you might
I'm
put me on
borderline
some.
a conspiracy type cat, but I don't, I don't go too crazy, but I do watch like some wild conspiracy stuff for sure.
Okay, okay. But since you saying you're a conspiracy and sci-fi dude, I have to
Uh,
ask you, when did you find out you was a blurred?
well, the word
Or,
blurred.
or black nerd? How about nerd in general? Like how you feel like how when you find out you was a
I
nerd?
don't think I'm. Well, the word nerd, I realize, just means somebody that has expertise in a certain thing. So
Mm-hmm.
there's like people that know all about hip hop and rap. They're nerds. They're hip hop nerds. You know what I'm saying? So a blurred nerd. I don't know if I categorize myself as that. Um, because I'm well versed. I'm not like an expert in anything, but I kind of, if you watching movies, I can probably tap with you there. If you watching anime, I know a little something there. Comics, I know a little bit there. Video games, so I'm kind of like a overall. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like I would say I'm more of a geek. I say that more of a geek than a nerd.
See, I can't see with the definition you gave me. I feel you. Like I feel the same way. Blah blah. But with that definition you gave me, I feel like nerd is what you say it is. Nerd, like you can be a nerd. But I feel like geek is the ones with the pocket protector, spandex. Suspenders, all that. I feel like that's really a geek. Like,
A
like
geek,
dude playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards at your lunch table. I feel like that's the geek. That's the
a
trophy. That
geek,
yeah,
and a nerd is just a boy that just
like,
likes something a lot, right?
yeah, like you like yeah. So
I get what you're saying.
that computer dude. Like
Yeah,
that dude will be a nerd. But
yeah,
like
yeah.
the one that got the high water pants on and stuff like that, and that's the geek.
Come on, man. You keep stereotyping the geeks, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. Yeah, man.
Okay, but me walking around with this. I have a Dragon Ball hoodie that got this, the symbol and it's in the colors. Is that making me a nerd because I'm walking around with that on, or is it? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Well, same thing. If I walk around with Wu Tang, a Wu Tang thing to make me a clan. I don't know what they call them, a Wu Tang fan, or I just like
Because I
Wu
think,
Tang.
yeah, no, I dig what you're saying. Because now you got to go to the sports world. If you go to a sports fanatic, aren't they nerds? Aren't they sports nerds? Because they're like fully draped in their
Yeah,
Eagles uniform. They got Eagles things everywhere. They got a bumper sticker, everything. What are they? Why are they fanatics and not sports nerds? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Well, you got a good point, but maybe some web server you got to look up. But I know
yeah,
fan comes from fanatic, so that's why you got fans of da da da. But
yeah.
going back to the same definition you said, it'd be an expertise in a certain thing. So you could be a fan of Dragon Ball Z, but are you a nerd? I guess you're a nerd when you be like, oh yeah, uh, Goku
So and
got
so did it.
two sons, and Chi Chi was
Yeah, man. They got
King Yama's daughter, all that stuff. Like more about it. I guess you'd be a
So
nerd.
I think then I would just be a nerd then, man. Because like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm very knowledgeable in hip hop. I'm very knowledgeable in movies, like in random movies. And I'm not knowledgeable in like characters. I'm not that knowledgeable in comic books, but I'm knowledgeable. Like I was one of them cats that would read the back of the trading cards. Like I'll just read it and be like, oh, he can do this, he can do that, he can do that. Like that's what I love. I love the knowing what they can do type thing. So when it comes to like a character being able to break them down and tell you what they can do, I'm a nerd there for sure. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. In
I'm a
my
nerd there.
in my group of friends, I always, I mean, I didn't like you said, I didn't feel like I was a nerd. Because everybody, was Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Street Fighter, all that stuff.
Yeah,
But I was the one who always knew everything, you know. Like
yeah,
I knew stuff, so they're like, yeah, ask Specks, he would do this at that, or Specks, he got it.
yeah.
Like the funniest thing, I was always the best at fighting games.
Uh
Certain
oh.
sometimes, one of my friends, my close friends, he'll beat me because I just not accustomed him picking that character and I get beat. And after 3 or 4 matches, I catch up to him. Uh, but everybody else, I win, and or somebody getting beat in the game that called me up like, "Hey man, come down here and beat this man," and I
Oh
come down,
yeah.
and went down to college. Still think I'm hot stuff. I go to college, and it got real in college. That's when I started finding people who know about combos and all kind of stuff and frame rates.
Homeboy started slapping you up, didn't they?
Yeah, I remember I went to this tournament. It was a Tekken tournament, and I don't remember it was Brian Fury or Miguel. I can't remember now. But the guy, we went to go play. He said, "Ready, fight." Dude popped me up, carried me from one wall to the next wall, and beat me.
Next
Oh.
one. Now it got real.
Like
If you
what?
ever, hey, the funny thing is, if you ever get a chance to play with us on our fight nights on Tuesday, man, my boy Oatmeal and them, they like the gods on Mortal Kombat, bro. I'm hood. Like when it comes to the hood, I'm the goat in Mortal Kombat. Like I was the guy they called to come beat so and so, and I'll get them out of here, nigga. I played these cats. I was like, no, I'm done. I was like, bro, they the cats like, bro. I see what you're trying to do. If you do up triangle, you'll be able to get it off like this. So I'm trying to do moves, and they're like teaching me as they're whooping my behind. Like, nah, bro, don't do that. Do this. I'm like, bro, they is out of pocket. I'm still nice and Tekken. Soul Calibur is probably my main joint. I'm kind of that guy on Soul Calibur, but Tekken it gets real competitive, man. Real competitive. When it comes to Tekken, I'm a sidestepping monster, man. I'll be moving, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
You see, on Tekken, I play with Steve Fox, or I play with Lee. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I like them combinations, man, for sure.
And
Nah, that's funny.
and I always get people with Lee because apparently people don't pick Lee. I've been liking Lee since Tekken 2. He just that white hair. I don't know, just he just always got me.
Yeah, no, that's fire. Yeah, nah, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm so like I'm not like trapped into one lane of nerdism.
Mm-hmm.
Like I literally like a lot of stuff. Whereas like I know you know how like some people are like they're Pokemon or they're Yu-Gi-Oh. Like they
Yeah.
want both. They're like, no, I'm all Pokemon. They don't read comics, they don't read nothing else. They're just Pokemon, like boom. Or some people they're just like DC, nothing else. No Marvel, no nothing, just this. Just Batman. That to me is like a nerd. Like that's like a super nerd because they're like they don't even want to give anything else a chance. Like they love this. Like they would die for this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There ain't nothing out there I would die for besides concrete. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you know. So yeah.
What before I move to my next segment, just to go off what you said, like I want you know do you know what MomoCon is?
Yeah, yeah.
So I went there. You know, I like anime and whatnot. But I actually went there and really lost my love for anime. Like,
Lost the love. Sheesh.
yeah, so I still watch it, but I don't like it as much. Because of that, I like comics like a lot more and American TV shows like Clone Wars, Avatar, stuff like that. Now, it really just going there. You know, I found out. I mean, you know, I'm not that big of a nerd like I thought,
Right,
and
right.
and I found out anime's not for me. Like,
Yeah,
not for like me as Specks, but like me as a Black American. It's not for me. It's like when you go see like
yeah,
representation and stuff. Like, yeah, the black you
yeah.
don't American shows is gonna put back a black guy in there. You don't like okay, he's a drug dealer or whatever, but he's in that show. He's in
Yeah,
that
man.
book or whatever. This the anime manga is not
Anime
putting
manga, they don't
not
make the content for us.
they don't make it for us. And if they put some kind of American in there, he's some kind of cowboy or wrestler or whatever. It's some
And they always
stereotype.
like to show the black people naked, like all the every like One Punch Man, that other show, Baki. I love Baki too. I think Baki at least does black people's tones different. They don't just make them like you know what I mean
Dark.
one John with the big pink lips like other
Mm-hmm.
Johns, but and they got the one cool dude in My Hero. He's pretty cool too. He don't look stereotypical, but like you said, and this is a conversation I have all the time, man. Because like it's like I feel like our people are the reason manga and anime is so popular right now. It's because of us. Like we out here, we got Meg the Stallions, we got people dressing like it and really pushing this culture to the front, and we have no zero representation in it. Like literal zero representation in it. We make no money from it, and we're pushing it to the highest level it is just because we love it, which is fine. But then you got people out here with, you know, black mangas, black animes, making stuff for American culture, and they don't want to digest it.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's very annoying.
You're older, so you know. So a previous guest, we talked about the same thing, and um um kung fu. You know, kung fu movies were the same way. We watched kung fu movies. We did all that stuff. You know, Bruce Leroy, all that stuff. That was black people. We like Wu Tang. Going back to Wu Tang,
Wu Tang,
the whole name albums came from kung fu stuff.
yeah,
And so, with that being said, I feel like we left kung fu movies and stuff like that because they don't really make them like that no more. And we went to anime, almost exact same thing, but except one's live action, the other one's,
yeah.
and so it's the same thing. We pushing the culture just like we did before.
I think why we're so and vice versa. If you look on the Japanese side, they're very immersed in American culture. They want to dance like us, they dress like us, slang. They do everything that we do. We just don't see that side because that's on their side. They see that but they're able to do our stuff and sell it to their own people and make money. Versus we can't. We can do anime
And
or
I still
manga
job
and try to sell it to our people,
and they
and
ain't
they were
going
like,
for it.
nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
Yeah.
I want it from the authentic. But I think why black people are so immersed in anime and Japanese culture is because they have a lot of culture. They have a lot of fashion. They have stuff and that's what we appreciate, like a culture. I mean, versus there's a lot of other things that don't really have culture like that we would respect. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I think that's why we're so attracted to even kung fu and all that stuff like that. Just like we love boxing. Like, black people love boxing. So obviously we would love other martial arts. We would love that stuff because it's something we love, man, for years. We've always loved it. But it is like you said, I can see how going to MomoCon could have like made you realize, like, bro, it ain't nothing of me in here. Like, I'm just in here fantasizing. But where's especially you being a creator, most of the people that's in there ain't creators, they're just fans. But you being a creator probably made you see it differently, like, bro, this ain't the wave.
Yeah. One creator I want to talk to, I like her stuff, and she was there. Stephanie Williamson, the lady who's doing Naobi and Wakanda and all kinds of stuff. Like, I saw her there, and her she was not getting no attention there. Like I want to talk to her about being in the show and doing other stuff. I wanted to incorporate her because she actually friends of one of my friends, but I don't want to cross that path till I get there. But I wanted to support her or whatever, but I was like, dang, nobody's there. And I was gonna do a little. I ain't talked to her to say, hey, I was gonna do a roundabout, come back, and purchase the book. By the time I got there, she was already gone, maybe to a bathroom or lunch or whatever. But I was like, that's crazy. Like, she's a DC and Marvel writer, right now, doing major books, and she don't have no line or nothing. But over there, you got some voice actor that you don't never know who it is.
Voice actor.
They got a long line. You got guys selling this stuff, he just shaded it brown, got a line buying this stuff, It's crazy.
And shout out to the voice actors and stuff like that too. But I feel the same way sometimes when I'll be at them cons and I see like a content creator, like a cosplayer with a table, and it don't be nobody there, and I be feeling bad for them. So I'll be like, all that online love is different than in person love. Like, what I mean? Why should if you're dressed up as Anakin Skywalker, but Anakin is here, why would I? Why would I go see you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go see the guy that played him. You know what I mean? So now it's like, and you're trying to charge me for pictures of you dressed as Anakin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't understand it. There's some people love it. Some people do that stuff. But for me, I just don't understand that, John. And like you said, with the voice actors, is dope. But for like when I go talk to people, it's usually actors. You know what I'm saying, when I go talk to somebody, it's usually actors or somebody, like you said, like a DC writer usually a book that I love though. Like even writers, most people don't know who's writing the books. Like me, I was ignorant to that. When I was just reading comics, I never knew who wrote it, who drew it. I just was reading the story. Like, that's it. I rarely would look into the credits like I would do with music. In music, I would look all in the credits. I want to see who was producing it, who was doing this, who was doing that. That's how I follow them. But I was ignorant, man, on the comic side, and I've been getting better at that. You know what I'm saying? Really recognizing people that writing it and giving them praise and love, and giving the voice actors loves, and even cosplayers, man. I just try to give love, but I was once ignorant to it, and I think a lot of people still are.
Yeah, I'm into the artist side of it. Like writers, I see who write the story, but I compare this whole comic book thing to the music industry. So I feel like the writers are like the artists, the rappers, and the artists are like the producers. So like you need to look at one or the other. And I was never looking who drew it, whatnot. Like, okay, they wrote the story, cool. I didn't say, oh, there's so and so drawing. Oh, that's cool. They drew this book. I didn't care. But now I'm looking at that more. There's a couple artists I have my eye on, but you don't look. Well, I don't look. I don't look in there and be like, oh, this panel is dope. This is dope. This cover is dope.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want to see what's going on in this story. So
because I've read comics that had dope art, but story was basic. Then I've also, but that's the messed up thing, because there's some banging stories with trash art. And it's harder to overlook bad art than it is bad story. You can see a book and that don't look fire. You still flip through it. even if the story is mediocre. But a bad art, you look through that joint once, you're like, nah.
Yeah.
And it's like when you listen, it's like if you listen to a Bull mixtape and it's quality, but he's trash, you still give it a listen because it sounds good sonically. But a Bull, he give you a mixtape, it's muffled and sound is off. He could be spitting fire. You turn that joint off because it sounds so it sounds so unprofessional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the world we live in, bro.
Yeah, right. But speaking of music, I think on to my next segment, which is called the hotkeys.
Uh-oh.
And don't mean the term. In music, you know, the DJs. Well, you producer, so you might have the same things. There's certain buttons you'll press that make a certain clip or a song played in a certain moment during a party or the club, whatever, get people turned up. Like at 12:45, you might play that Jeezy, get everybody live. But in comics, yeah,
Exactly. I know the Jeezy one.
yeah,
Who that? Nigga, we that?
yep. And then in comics, hotkeys are key issues where a new writer, a new artist come on board. A storyline is popular that turns into a TV show, movie nowadays, or a new character get introduced. You want to get that issue because it'll be worth some money, one day. So in this segment, this is questions that I came up with. We talked to previously about that you want to talk about, so people take something from this episode, out with them more about you. So we're gonna dive into that. So you went from, I guess, Concrete Records to Concrete Comics.
Mm-hmm.
So how'd you end up like starting or building a foundation for Concrete Comics?
I guess Concrete Music Group was already the foundation. It's already had a brand, the logo, and stuff like that. The transition was pretty easy, man. It was just, the transition is just the mindset of I didn't want nobody over top of me, telling me what to do with my content. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, Concrete was established with the music side, because I never wanted to get a record deal or nothing like that. I just wanted a distribution deal. So just probably, push my stuff. I really wanted to remain independent. But music-wise, it wasn't looked at as much back then because people really couldn't imagine being independent. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But so with the comic thing, it was pretty much the same, man. I just wanted to create freely and create in my way and represent, a certain mission that I'm going after, which is representation. And I couldn't find no one that had that what I was looking to do exactly out here. So I said, I'm just make my own. I'm gonna be my own boss. I've already done it with music. I can do it in comics, and that's kind of how that came about.
Okay. I've been following it for a couple years now, and I still see you keep adding people to your team. So first I go writer wise. How do you end up picking your writers for these projects, or just in general to your company?
So the writer and the creators, the creation and the character, they come together. So like with Watchmen and Lau, he's the writer and creator of that, and Onaji and Odina, Carla and Luna, they're a package. So it's not really just the writing; it's the complete package of the creator in the content and how does it fit into what we have going on. Because to be a concrete creator, you got to have a mindset too of like, you got to understand what our mission is. Our mission is representation and creating, just creating dope comics. Not just for people like us, but just to put in the world of characters that look like us. You know what I'm saying? So, and then your book has to be fire. Like the story got to fit in. The story got to fit in good, man. It gotta, I want everybody to be a flagship. I don't want Acolyte to be the flagship. He's a flagship in his own right. You know what I'm saying? But I want Odin to be a flagship. I want Watchmen, Absolver. I want all those people to be a flagship and have their own fan base within the umbrella of Concrete. So it was vital just to pick dominant characters and writers that could fit the mold.
Okay. And do the writers pick their own artists, or do you have artists in house as well?
We loosely have in-house artists. You know what I'm saying? Like artists that we work with mainly. But, sometimes they may come in with their own art team and stuff like that. But if they need artists, yeah, we share the team. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Share the knowledge. Some colorists may be coloring for 3, 4 books, and then this colorist is doing those 3 books or something like that.
Okay. With black characters, it's always hard to find artists and whatnot that actually draw the character correctly. So, do you have any trouble with that?
In the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I was even a rookie, like not understanding how to explain it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? How to explain it sometimes, because some of these artists are foreign. They're not in America. They only seen African Americans on TV. You know what I mean? So a lot of them explaining American culture through words is hard to do. So showing references and pictures and stuff like that helps that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Um, but obviously with hair and stuff like that, it was always a challenge. But once they get it, they get it. So for anybody, I would suggest when you're working with artists, don't start immediately on the book. Like do some pinups, do some smaller things first to get a feel for them. See what you like, see what you don't like, make them corrections, and once they get it, then let them do the book. You know what I mean?
Cool, cool, cool. Well, not really many black publishers out there, but you see some white ones and I guess some black ones as well, and whatnot. One thing I see different that you're doing versus they doing or not showing, you have I guess bloggers and other media people working under y'all too. Uh, did you make that decision based off like music industry method, or what made you go that route?
It's multiple things, man. But number one, it's a part of the mission. How we got to reach people in every form and fashion, man. The concrete music side is coming back. We've been working on that side too. Got
Mm-hmm.
the films and the live action, but blogging is such an important part, man. And just how to keep our fans, activated, entertained while in between stories, in between books. You got weekly blogs dropping. We got the live shows, concrete approved shows and stuff like that dropping now. So I just wanted to really create like a whole entertainment system for our fans. You know what I mean? That's not just comic books, because I feel like that's what a lot of the bigger companies they haven't done. They've been able to just sustain by just making comics and be good, but they have never really had a personal relationship with the people. Stan Lee kinda had a personal relationship with us. That's why we know him. But I really don't know who. I don't know who the Stan Lee of DC Comics is. I don't know
Jim
who that
Lee.
is.
Jim Lee.
Yeah, but
Right,
he
right, right now they
yeah
make
right
Jim
now.
Lee.
But
Yeah,
before him, who was it? Like did
yeah.
he speak? Did we see him? And then for Image, we know Todd McFarlane, but Boom Studios and all them guys, like who is it? Who was the guy? You know what I'm saying? They never built a personal relationship with us. And I feel like that's what us black creators and publishers, we have the benefit of doing is creating that.
Okay, that
It's
makes
fun.
sense. Yeah, that makes
Yeah, you know what
sense.
I'm saying?
All
Yeah.
right. Um. Um. With you, with you. With you saying that about between books and whatnot, you recently got with Diamond distribution. Like I guess going
Yes,
back to
sir.
your music days, you want distribution. Now you got that with books as well. But unlike the pros you was talking about that which could put out books 2 times a month, 4 times a month, whatever. I see your drip feed is kind of a little bit slower, even though you got more titles. So is it strategic that way? Did you feel like?
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Didn't want to jump in to this system. It's a whole system, man. It's like, I want to start slow to
Mm-hmm.
understand it first, because it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Filling out project sheets and product sheets. I mean, with barcodes and systems, this and that. Then you gotta ship it to a certain place, and then that place ships it here. Then you gotta call the comic shops every day. So it turns into a job. Like I'm calling comic shops daily. You know what I mean? Um, So it's just till we get our feet wet and just taking our time. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And
Do
once
you
we get it, yeah, we'll start dropping books more and more often. But hey, we ain't got no rush. You know what
do
I'm
you
saying?
do you feel like the pressure or kind of what Milestone or Image felt in the '90s by doing it? I guess themselves. I guess like you doing it a new day and age with more technology. So do you see like what they went through?
Yeah, I feel like it's easier for us.
Okay.
Um, and it goes back to the personal, being personal with your fans and your audience. You know what I'm saying? But I do a lot of things people don't see, like with fans and stuff, like giving them opportunities. Most of the people that you see on Concrete that are bloggers or people like that, even some of the creators were originally just fans, maybe Patreon members and stuff like that. They got the opportunity to work with us just because I saw something in them. You know what I mean? So it's like just being a community activist, I guess. I'm a comic book community activist. You know what I'm saying? I'll be out here really looking for people that are trying to build the mission, because that's just really what it is, bro. It's the mission, man. We we need I feel like the world needs what we putting out.
Okay.
Our people need what we putting out, bro. Because how much more we gonna beg the big two to not only make characters like us, but let us write those characters too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they can make a ton of characters, but then they got other people writing it that don't represent us at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how does that work?
It's an indie book. I seen it on Kickstarter. Recently, seen somebody post about it. Actually, I was real intrigued with it. I was almost ready to buy the top tier of their project on Kickstarter. I don't know where to do that at all. The book was called Arch Ego. It was about a black superhero. Something wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, low key stole the concept of the thing for a book that I'm gonna do later. Well, I'm gonna switch it up. But the hero is actually two different heroes. He's like a Superman type hero and a Batman type hero. But something happened. I think it's like a day and night thing. It switches,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was a dope concept. But I was like, I want to read this book. I want to read the issues he got, whatnot. And I was real, all into it. Then I found out it was a white creator, and I was like,
Yeah.
like it stopped me. I'm like, like
Yeah.
same thing with Radiant Black. I got stopped
Yeah.
with that too. I was like, dang, it's a white
Radiant Black
writer.
looks real cool. And
So
I heard it's a good book too. But
yeah,
kind of like you saying, it's like we're a part of this mission. We can't be bamboozled like that. We may, every now and then we're gonna support one that's dope, but in our eyes, in some of our eyes, the only reason you're making a black character is to sell to me. And now that doesn't feel authentic. You know what I'm saying? Why did you make this? And that's what some of the questions that people may have for, non black creators. Why you make them black? Why didn't you just make them white? You know what I'm saying? Why now? Is it, are y'all doing this? You know what I mean?
yeah.
And yeah, you know
Go
what I'm
ahead.
saying?
Go ahead.
That's what just kind of begs the question. And it's, I feel bad for some of the non-melanated creators, because they have we have like a black privilege in comics, man, because we have a community that's looking for us, that hunts for us, and that wants books from people that look like them. Versus when you're like a white creator, your competition is the big two, because they're
Yeah.
the white. That's what the white people are. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get your credit from as a white creator. Who did you work for? Are you at Source Point Print? Where are you at? If you're not there, do they respect you? You know what I'm saying? On the level that you should be. So it's a little more difficult for them versus us. We just create naturally ourselves, and
Yeah.
people are eating it up.
So yeah, going to your mission, we're making black characters one eye, and I think I talked to you previously, and I think one of your other creators about being black and making white characters. But in your mission is making black characters for us, I guess. So
Yeah,
so
making it for
what
us and just making dope stories. You know what I'm saying?
so what is a black character?
A black character, to me, That stops at his skin. After that,
Okay.
he's just a superhero. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I don't promote. I don't know. I don't know if you ever seen, but I don't promote like yo. These are bodies black comics. I don't do that. I just buy these comic books. That's what they are. Like you can clearly see that they're black people. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to promote that to a black person, or to anybody that these are black characters. Black owned business is the thing that we promote. This black owned, so y'all know. Oh yeah, these are written by us. You know what I'm saying?
No, okay.
So to me, yeah, black character is just a person who's black. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I saw an
Yeah.
interesting post. I don't know if you saw it on the Discord, but shout out to Homeless Homeboy. But it was a person who was promoting it, and it was like, "Yo, this is the blackest comic book out right now." And I was thinking,
Yeah.
like, what does that mean?
I seen it. The guy was promoting it.
Yeah,
Talking Derek. The guy said too much. What's going on with Derek? But yeah, I seen that big old paragraph he wrote for him.
yeah. And I was thinking, I was like, "Yo, what?" And this is an inner community issue. It's like when people say this is the blackest book, what makes that blacker than the View, or what makes that blacker than Deja Vu or Watchmen? You know what I'm saying? Or Hot Shot? What makes it the blackest? Is it because it has hood references and it's little, you know what I mean, stuff like that? And that to me, that's where we always create this divide in the black community. Like black is just black, bro. Black is a skin. No matter where he could be a Wall Street guy, he's black. He could be a dude in the hood, he's black. So I think that's one of the narratives that people got to get out their head too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. With my book, market some now because TikTok. I might say black superhero just for the hashtag and stuff like that, but I don't market the View as a black superhero. Now, what I do market it as a Georgian or a Southern superhero, and I incorporate Southern culture. So it might be in Bonics and stuff like that. You edit my book, so
Right.
the letter of my book, you see it. But it's funny when I see these blogs and they talk crap about books like the Miles Morales book when the guy's speaking that way. And it's funny because it's bad, but if Thor is really one for one what Thor would say if he was white. He just but instead of saying from Odin's beard, he says from Odin's fade. He just make it black. But um what made me realize is regional or how you grew up. Um I think it was a back issue for a Superman book. It had the female Steel talking,
Yeah.
and they said what she was talking about will be bad. And I got an argument somewhere on there. I like, my teenage stepdaughter talks the same way, and they'll say, "No, you out of tune. You're not in touch with how teenagers talk." I was like, "This girl talks just like that. Like
Yeah.
that's how they
Yeah.
talk." So I think maybe it's like how somebody grew up or where they from. Like they say that's stereotypical, but no, the teenagers really talk like that. These are words they actually use. Maybe
Yeah.
where you from, they may talk a little bit different though, but just how they talk, that's what they see on these
Yeah.
rap shows, on Love and Hip Hop, on these things. They talk like that. That's how they really talk. The TikTokers,
Yeah.
that's how they
Yeah,
talk.
they really talk like that. I feel like with the Miles Morales store, some of the issues was that it was like it wasn't written by one of us for one,
It
and
was.
when
He was.
he was like Spanish cat.
Oh wait. I'm thinking about the Steel one. Yeah, he was a Spanish guy. He had to go on Twitter and like say all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Like
he had to make it
yeah,
right. But
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I think what it was for me, right? It was like we have think about Wakanda, right? If
Mm-hmm.
Miles Morales was Black Panther, he wouldn't be saying no ratchet type things. He wouldn't be saying, by Bast's cornrows or something
Yeah.
like that, right? He wouldn't say that. So, and there's different black folks in America that aren't, graffiti fades, aren't saying stuff like that. Some of them are just regular. Like he could have just, it could have looked like royalty. It didn't have to look like a ghetto, which that looked like. Like that wasn't.
The
That
art,
wasn't.
yeah,
You know what I
the
mean?
artwork was, oh my,
Yeah,
like
the artwork was ghetto. Like it was graffiti everywhere. Like
run
graffiti.
down. It was run
You know what
down.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Graffiti is nice. Graffiti is art, yes, but it's an expression in the urban community of like, you know what I'm saying? It usually means some stuff, but why would if he's Thor of Asgard, why would he be in the ghetto? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
The ghetto isn't something we should glamorize and promote. You know what I'm saying?
E-
Why
even
couldn't he be? Why couldn't his Asgard be crazy glorious with the lights and the rainbow bridge and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't he
even
have?
even reference, like they could have used a reference, like because I don't know about now in the comic books or whatever, but I know in the movies Asgard is on Earth. I know in the comic books it was on Earth, but he could have took references from that, like how it looked Asgard on Earth. Okay, it
Yeah,
looks like this in the book, so let me just change it up to be Brooklyn. You know?
yeah. It could have been Brooklyn, but it could have been gold
Yeah, this.
streets. It could have been crazy. It
Yeah,
didn't have to be trash running on people with the head wraps on their head and stuff like.
yeah. They could.
You know
They
what I
could have
mean?
still had chains on, but everything gold out. It's
Yeah.
just everything, you know.
So that to me was the problem. It was the stereotype. That was
Yeah,
the stereotype.
that
You know what
I
I'm saying?
feel the artwork what got me. The wording, I
The
got it.
wording, yeah, the
But the
wording.
artwork, I was like, why is it dirty? Like what? Why do you look
But
at this
see,
dirty ass
even
car?
the wording, like you said, our black folks don't talk the same. When you talk to me, I probably have a little accent to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when I hear you, you got an accent. But I understand everything you're saying, but I know it's a whole different dialect than mine's. And when I write Acolyte, you can hear my voice in there. You can hear him say the words like John and stuff like that, stuff that I say. But anybody that's reading it that is black will know, oh, he must be from Philadelphia. Oh, he must be from Atlanta. Oh, he must be from that. So, and that's what a lot of people that aren't us don't understand is that, yes, we're all African Americans, but we're very different when it comes to dialect. It means the same, but we express ourselves in different ways. So he was blending all kinds of slang with Miles Morales.
Yeah.
That was like, we wouldn't say that up here in the East Coast, or we
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't do that, or somebody in the Southern wouldn't do that if they were here. You know what I mean? It was just a lot. It was
Yep.
just a lot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? A frost giant had a fade and everything. I said, what is going on?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah. But being that you can hear yourself talk and act like who is act like, you know, what does he do?
All right, so Acolyte is a story about a guy that discovers he shares DNA with an ancient celestial being, and once he discovers this DNA, it gets unlocked, and he must become, the universe's greatest superhero by becoming an infinite supreme, and taking the moniker up of Acolyte. And now he must learn what it is to be infinite supreme and fight the battles that come to him, universal wide, and that is Acolyte, man. That's the story. He's Earth's greatest hero.
Okay. So he's your universal Superman, or
You could say that. He's more. I wouldn't say Superman because he's more like he's outside more than he's home. He be home when he's chilling, but he goes everywhere. More like a Captain Marvel or Silver Surfer. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
He
I
don't
can
he
check
don't
it.
like he protects the Milky Way for sure. But if he gets a call from somebody out in a whole nother galaxy, he going over there. You know what I'm saying? Or a whole nother region in the galaxy. He gonna go over there and help out them people if he can.
All right. Just talking about you, he's always outside a lot. Is it hard or easy for you to build that space world, you know, for him to live in?
I think I think it's the way you create it, right? Star Wars does a good job at this. If you notice, they only go to like maybe it's like 7 planets total that they talk about that they go to, and realistically, they may be the only ones of importance. The other ones may just be people just living, doing regular stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, when dealing with Acolyte, he's only really dealing with the top dogs, people, high civilizations. You know what I'm saying? Alien, pirates, stuff like that. So it ain't really hard to build it. What's the difficulty is bringing it to Earth and making it make sense without massive destruction. You know what I'm saying? That's the difficulty. But building the Earth plane up, that's the good thing about our universe, because we got Watchmen that's building up Earth, Absolver, Odina. I got other characters that are on the Earth plane that are building, the government and showing that side of it, while I'm showing the side of space and other races and stuff like that, and doing a little bit of Earth as well. So, it's been pretty easy. Yeah, and it's a lot easier with having a bunch of other people helping build this universe as well.
Cool, cool, cool. What inspires you to create him?
Skagler was a character I always thought of my whole life, man. I'm a big, I wanted to be an astronaut when I was younger. I look at the stars every night, every day. I think about, different worlds. I think about stuff. I'm a big Star Wars, Star Trek fan, Aliens, Predator. I love all of it. I love Dragon Ball. So I said, how can I blend everything I love, like my life and my superhero life and my love for the stars, and blend it all into one story? And that's basically what Acolyte is. He's like everything I love. Um, from being able to go to these different worlds, like, that's things I dream about. You know what I'm saying? He's the top music producer in the world on Earth. You know what I'm saying? He's that as well. He got some pretty good bread. You know what I'm saying? He all right. He doing good, man. But just like, us, he has inner struggles, man, with confidence and, I guess just understanding who he is and the inner power he has. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the story gets compelling at, how relatable he is. And that's the biggest challenge, man, is everybody can make a dope character, but can you make him relatable? Can people feel like, they know what he's going through? You know what I
mean? What was that moment for you when you realized one of your readers said, told you that he's relatable, that you was like, aha, I got it?
One of my moments like that?
Or your first moments, you like, okay, my I did great. My character, he's relatable. He was really gravitating toward him.
Oh, well, I see this with Odina a lot when I'm at the Comic Cons and Black women come to the table and they look at Odina, they're like, yo, she look like me. That's me right there. And they be bragging like, yo, you see me? That's me right there. And they be talking to their friends. So it's like a moment. And even with Acolyte, when I see, young men specifically, but in all races, white, black, whatever, when they see Acolyte, they're like, yo, he looks dope, mom. I want to be him for Halloween. I want to be that for Halloween. That's when I know, like, oh, yo, he looks fire. They really like his look. And then when they read them stories, man, I got a couple fans when they question me, like, they be so detailed with my story. They be like, yo, if Acolyte did this and that, then wouldn't this happen? And what happened with this person? Did they see this and that? Boom, boom. So the fact that they're so into the story makes me know, like, I'm telling a good story, because they really want to know, like, every detail. They're asking about back characters standing in the background. You know what I mean? They're asking, like, everything. So I feel like it's been a lot of moments that have showed me that I may got something really, really powerful here. And it's just been humbling overall. Just been humbling, bro. Because that was, I speak about the mission a lot. But my mission with Acolyte was to give our people, our kids at the lunch table, a person that they can bring to the table. When somebody like, yo, who can be Superman? Yo, who can be this person? I want a kid to be like, well, Acolyte can beat him. I got Acolyte this and that. I wanted that. I wanted Acolyte to be that guy for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up. If you're saying you don't want Acolyte to be the flagship of it, your company.
It's not that I don't want him to be the flagship. It's that I didn't want him to overshadow everyone else.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
With my statement, I was going to say, just watching y'all and other people interact with y'all, I see that you, without, maybe doing it on purpose, I don't know, without doing it on purpose, so like the fans are already creating y'all big three in your universe. I can see how they put certain characters on certain flyers or using certain things. They're giving y'all your big three.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty dope.
I mean, it could be because Acolyte, OD, and Absolver, they came out together same time, same year. So they're automatically, they are like, you know what I mean, the big three because of how they dropped. And then they represent, Acolyte is the highest point. Odin is grounded, earth, Absolver's in the deep spiritual supernatural. So now you got your heaven, earth, and hell concept there. You know what I mean? So subconsciously, this they make up the whole universe together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything else fits in between, you know, where they spectrally are.
Okay. I believe you're putting out issue 5 currently.
Well, yeah, 5 is done. I just, you know, dealing with the diamond thing has set back the release of us sending out the Kickstarter and stuff like that. But all that's coming now, and yeah, it's gonna be on the store this month on my birthday, actually, September 24th, and the issue 6 is almost done as well. So I'm about to have that trade. I'm so excited for that trade. And our 5th year anniversary is next year, man. Concrete Comics 5th year anniversary.
No, that's what's up.
So it's a special year for us, man.
How far you think about going with Acolyte?
Oh, I can go forever. Like, I would love to hit 100 books. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do that. So that would be my goal. I mean, if I get that funding together and I can get some artists that can draw a book in a week, oh, it's over, bro. I mean, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You know, if I could do that, for sure.
That's dope, man. What else gotta ask you? I think we hit everything. Yeah, I think we touched on everything.
Sure, man.
Well, I mean, I know some of your writers are doing multiple characters. Are you gonna start doing multiple characters?
Oh yeah, I got Zoriel's dropping. Sith Row is dropping, and Kalan dropping. Zoriel dropping this year. Sith Row and Kalan they next year. And I have the icons coming. I ain't speak too much about that. So that's an exclusive right here for your podcast, man. Got the icons are coming. And I got another whole race that's coming through, man. If you're a fan of X-Men and stuff like that, you're gonna love what's about to come from the concrete world. You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's a bet, man. That's a bet.
Shit, I got a question for you real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Who would you on the indie side, who would you love to see Acolyte collaborate with? And on the mainstream side, who would you love to see an Acolyte collaboration with?
Indie side, I don't know, because I haven't really seen any space age hero come out, you know, indie wise. Everybody's mostly street level, you know, if that.
Yeah.
But maybe Hot Shot. Maybe he's the one on Acolyte level. I haven't read none of his books. I just seen artwork.
Maybe Hot. I think he has another book called Vigilance. She's like on some Superwoman stuff. And then Advent Comics got that character Titan. He's pretty powerful
Titan,
as well.
Yeah, Titan. I would like to see him with Titan. I know Titan. Titan will be the guy.
Yeah. A lot of people be posting them in the same post.
With Pro Rise, you know, Blue Marvel. I want to see him be with Blue Marvel. Then on DC side, maybe Tez Core, maybe like the you know, DC.
And on the DC side, one of my favorite characters is Martian Manhunter. I probably want him to be with him.
Maybe Martian. Yeah, I was thinking Martian, or maybe John Stewart or something like that. Yeah.
Him alongside of that. I had a dope little fan joint I was gonna do. I'll tell you it real quick, right? So it's something from the DC universe breached over here, maybe like Parallax, one of them things. It breached over to our universe, and you know, all the Green Lanterns are following it. All of them, they're trying to follow it, right? So they flying out to the barrier where our universes connect, and through the barrier they see like a blue light coming through, and you know, Acolyte comes through their side, And I want to do something funny where it was like the Hal Jordan and them, they talk, how like most white cops would talk to somebody like, hey, what are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. So Acolyte was like, yo, why are you at the border? And they like, don't worry about it. Move aside, son. We got it. And he look at John Stewart like, and John just say, yo, leave it alone. He got it. Leave it alone. He got it. And then he just go back into the universe. Like he go, Acolyte go back where he goes. And Hal Jordan and them were pissed because they couldn't go and enact their authority. But I thought that would like be just a dope little, interaction between the two black cats. Like knowing, like, yo, holla at your mans, man. You know what I'm saying? Before, saying?
I've been waiting on my issue file drop for the review. But I got a whole bunch of concepts I want to do because, I made the view of Lutton hero, and he's not a hero, and he's not the nerdy character and stuff like that. So I'm going to put him probably pin up or probably a 3-page issues or whatever out and him interacting with other black characters. The funniest one that I'm going to see is him and Virgil interact because, Virgil a nerd and super good do-goody and Chad is not. And I always want him to like conflict with Virgil. Same thing with Duke, him conflict with Duke from Batman and stuff like that. I was like, because so the typical black kid stuff, but they're all superheroes and be like, come on, man, like, why are you doing all this? Like,
I could see that being dope, like real dope, for sure.
What got me, I think they're making Miles produce now in Marvel.
Really?
So I haven't played the game, but I think in the game he makes beats. I'm not sure.
Oh, you know what? His uncle's a producer, so you got to go and so in the game you got to go and record certain sounds in the city that his uncle asked him to. Like his uncle was trying to test his ears, so he was sending them the samples that he did, and we got to figure out where that sample is. So we got to point like the voice recorder at something, and he picked it up. So and then, it was a real dope concept.
All right, well, I still can use it though. I'm gonna have some interaction between him and Miles in the studio because Chad's the engineer and some kind of studio thing.
Hey man,
I had the same concept for Acolyte too. Yeah,
that's what I was about to say, man. You may have to join of Acolyte and Chaz in there vibing out, man. That'd be a dope little Easter egg. You know what I mean?
Yep. But yeah, man. I moved to my last segment of the show. It's called Digging the Crates. Double meaning term once again. In music, you digging the crates. For that old, Jay-Z or DMX albums, in there, or in comics, you dig into the old books, the tick books and whatever that you love back in the day, you want to collect. Well, I've been digging the crates of this interview and pull out some stuff now so people can leave out with a last little segment, from us. And digging the crates, and you say you're a movie buff and whatnot, and you want a representation, I think one of your other writers, I asked the question, but I'll ask you, being a movie buff wise and setting your world up, to the cinematic universe, how would you break out your world in the cinematic way, being a movie buff?
As far as Acolyte?
No, your universe.
The universe?
Because I think he told me how he would do it. So like, as being the forefront of the company, how would you do
it? I might start it off with, because everybody plays a important part. I would go with maybe Watchmen. Watchmen could be a good opening to like a larger thing, because I have an event that's centered around like our street level heroes saving some of the big heroes. So you can go that way. But I feel like I can always go Acolyte. That'd be easy. Start there. Bring the world to the knowledge of that there's aliens existing. It's basically Superman. So yeah, you could always go through that. But I feel like whichever character I would choose would be like a door opener for all the others. So, what when it comes to act like that'd be easy. When it comes to Watchmen, I feel like what he goes through in his story, him and Deja Vu, I feel like what they go through in their stories would be very translatable to people that are fans of like Batman, and then show from Batman how the world starts growing and bigger threats. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll probably do something like that. Something more strategic, something more long running, but it'd all be based around one event.
Would it be a series or movies?
Certain characters would be series. Certain ones would be movies. I feel like Primate would be a fire series. Watchmen would be a fire series. Absolver would be a fire series as well. For the Acolyte would be a banging movie. I feel like Odina would be a banging movie. Luna also would be a really good movie, but that could be a series as well. So yeah, I can see them all kind of, you know what I mean? It's going in a different direction for sure.
Pretty sure as it goes on, I'll probably ask all your people the same question, and you just gotta watch the episode to find out what they say. But right now, it's extremely different. But your take on it was great. His take on it so far was great too. He had a different way of doing it, and that would have been great too. So we'll see how it goes with everybody in your company. But speaking of company, where can people follow you at and get these books that you putting out for people?
You can get the books at a local comic shop near you. Acolyte number 1 and number 2 is in stores currently right now. And you can always and forever get your books at konkretcomics.com, the preferred way to get them. Konkretcomics.com. And you can follow us at konkretcomics.com, Konkret Comics on IG, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And we have a Patreon if you guys want to be included in our private Discord channel, which Specks can tell you gets a little hectic in there sometimes. I'm saying it's a little hectic sometimes, slightly verbally violent. But yeah, and we got some really great things going on with the Patreon as well. So make sure y'all get ready. We got master classes about to start up, and Konkret University is taking its head, man. So pull up. Y'all know what it is. Keep it concrete always.
All right, that's a bet, man. Thanks for coming on, man. Sorry about the view. Couldn't be here, but hey, we made it happen.
No, that's all. I'm a ministry. I'm a matter of fact,
it's your fault. He's with your hero.
See, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Nah, but that's fire though, man, for sure. I appreciate you having me on, bro.
Yeah, no problem, man.
You know the vibes.
All right, that's the end of the interview. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Bro, let me.
Hey,
if you,
Specks, I got a couple minutes, man. Let me
come
get
on, come on, man. Come on, give it here. Dang.
All right, y'all. I only got a little bit of time. Y'all check out Konkret Comics. They got real dope stories, real dope heroes and villains. Y'all check them out. Man, I've been working with them. They're doing this thing for the whole set, man, December, man. Check them out. Check out the website at Konkret Comics. Get their books. They got plenty of bundles for you, so you can check out all their characters. And, you can check me out, too. I'm not Konkret Comics, but I got some dope books and some dope villains. So check me out at LegacyTheView.com, buy a book, and follow me at LegacyTheView, and follow this guy over here laid out, Specks706. Follow him. He's my co-host. Why not? And you want to be on the show for next season, because we're almost over this season. Hit us up at chillonthegreenbox@gmail.com, or just hit us up at chillonthegreenbox. Man, I'm gone. Bye. That guy.